Hi guys, Patrick Sherratt here. In my coaching work helping students with their test and exam preparation, I find that coping with stress and managing revision time are two areas of constant challenge. Maybe they just need to go to the beach. But it's normal to feel a little bit nervous around exams, especially if you haven't done a lot of exams. And likewise, it can be a challenge to manage your revision time when you've got a host of other things going on in your life. Well, in this topic, I want to provide you with some useful tips to help you switch on your brain, cope with stress, and manage your revision time in a way that keeps your life in balance. Learning to deliberately relax around exam time is a useful skill to have. Well, firstly, research suggests that when you're relaxed, your brain, which operates electrically, slows its pulse down to what is known as the alpha range, which is 7 to 13 Hz per second. High creativity and accelerated learning have been linked to this process because the relaxed yet alert feeling you get somehow causes your brain to become a lot more receptive to the information you're revising. Another reason why it's good to learn a few relaxation strategies is that they give you tools to cope more effectively with any stressful situation that might arise. Symptoms of stress can be categorized into 4 areas: mental, emotional, physical, and behavioral. For instance, if you're feeling totally overwhelmed by the study you have to do for an upcoming test or exam, you might find that your symptoms of stress show in a number of different ways. The mental symptoms: you begin to think that you'll fail. Emotional: you feel overwhelmed. Physical: you're unusually tired and lethargic. And behavioral: you're short-tempered with your family. Sometimes you might not even recognize that you're stressed, so separating the symptoms out into the categories like this helps to bring more awareness to the situation. In time, you'll recognize the symptoms and you'll deal with them. There are 2 approaches to reduce the symptoms that you may be experiencing from stress. The first approach caters for the mental and emotional symptoms, while a second approach deals with the physical and behavioral symptoms. All stress is a result of how you interpret a situation or event. What does that mean? Well, the event itself is not stressful. The idea of a difficult upcoming test or exam can be stressful to one person, but not to the next. It's your interpretation of the event that is causing the stress, and the good news is that your interpretation can be changed. In psychology, researchers call this change of interpretation reframing. While you may not be able to change the situation itself, the test or exam will still happen, right? But you can reframe the assumptions of why you find it stressful. In other words, it's that idea of, is the glass half empty or half full? Is this a problem or an opportunity to change things? And you can choose how you want to see the situation by first identifying why you see tests or exams as stressful. For instance, is it the perceived difficulty of the subject content that's causing you to feel stressed? Is it the time that you have available to prepare? Is it just being in a high-pressure situation that freaks you out? To reframe these, you could consider the first one, the difficulty, as an opportunity or challenge to extend your current ideas of how good you are. If it is the lack of time, look at creative ways to free up your more revision time. If it's been out of your comfort zone, look at this as a good practice to learn to cope in high-pressure situations that you will undoubtedly face in the future. All these suggestions will help you reframe how you interpret the situation into one that allows you to feel challenged, yet organized, focused, and ideally more relaxed. Sometimes the reframed interpretation of the stressful situation influences the physical and behavioral symptoms of stress as well. Simply changing how you see the stressful situation causes you to feel like you have more energy and are more patient with your friends and family. Similarly, you can also approach these symptoms head-on through physical relaxation techniques. It's useful to have a toolbox of relaxation techniques that can be used for different situations. For example, when you're about to revise, begin to relax by taking some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe deeply, say to yourself the words, relax, relax, relax. And try to imagine any tension in your body going out with the out breath. Another breathing technique can be done when you're feeling totally overwhelmed. You breathe deeply, again in through your nose and out through your mouth, but this time hold your breath in between. If you use a ratio of 1-4-2, you could breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 16, and breathe out for 8 seconds. When you breathe out, twice as much air as you breathed in. This helps calm your nervous system. As you're drawing closer to your tests or exams, draw a time planning page showing 2 full weeks of days leading up to the events. Schedule a revision at least 3 times for each subject before the test or exam. For example, maths on Monday and Tuesday within 24 hours, and then the following Monday within a week. Include some practice tests if possible, and give more time to weaker subjects. It's also important for your life balance to schedule leisure activities, as well as a treat after the test or exam to motivate and reward yourself for your efforts. Plan revision around times of the day when you're feeling most alert. Do you think of yourself as an early bird or a night owl? Your body has natural biorhythms, which you can chart on a simple 1 to 5 alertness scale, how you feel throughout a typical day. If you can revise when your chart shows that you're generally more alert at that time, then your revision time is likely to be more effective. Revision can also be undertaken when you're doing other activities that may not require much attention. For example, if you record your notes onto an audio device, you can revise while exercising. If you laminate your notes, you can revise while taking a shower or doing the dishes. And this is called net time techniques. Net stands for no extra time. It's possible to revise when you're doing something else that doesn't require much attention. Finding ways to prioritize your time into what is important and what is urgent is also a useful time tool. Draw a quadrant with these headings and then write your to-do list under the appropriate heading. When you can see that revising for maths is more urgent and important than finishing an assignment, which is important but not urgent, you'll soon know what to do first. Finally, another way to balance your life is to observe and note down how you spend your time during a typical day or a week. As you go, make a list of all the things that distract you from test or exam preparation and or generally waste your time. These distractions and time wasters can be habitual, which means you do them without really thinking about them. By bringing them more into your awareness, you can take action to reduce or stop them from happening altogether. Well, I hope these relaxation and life balance time tools have been useful. I'll leave you now with a quick summary of this topic, and I'll see you soon.